Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Today I finally have the crochet choker everyone's been asking me for a tutorial about. So we're going to get into that. Thank you everyone for your patience. I know I kind of was going to post it and then I didn't, and then I was going to post it and then I didn't. I do have it written down here. I have proper posts on my channel to anyone who can comfortably skip a video tutorial and just use the written examples. I also have the drawn out diagrams also are on a post. So if you are comfortable skipping through the video, go right ahead and do so. So there's two variations to this choker. There's this shell version, and then there is, I call it ivy, but it's just triangles. So the shelled version and then the ivy version. This example that everyone's been clocking and like, make a video, is the ivy version. And so yeah, let's get right into it. I don't know why I closed this. I should probably pull it open just for my own reference, huh? One moment. There we go. Just for the base chain. I don't want to forget that. Okay. So you are going to need crochet thread. I think that this is like that size 10 cotton thread or whatever. I don't have the label on it, but it is just crochet thread. I think they're typically about the same size. I know there's a lot of yarn sizes out there. You'll need a little pair of nippers and your handy dandy tiny, can I even get it to 1 millimeter crochet hook. Very, very, very tiny. I think that this pattern itself is very simple. It's not difficult to follow. I think that the most difficult part about it is how small it is, so just bear that in mind. But we will just start with your typical slip knot. Okay, and the base chain is multiples of 4 plus 1. Basically, we want the amount for the number of chains for one shell plus 1 to have that ending. That makes sense. Math. So I'm gonna go and chain 44, which is 11 multiples of 4, and see how long that is, because I didn't do this smartly. I just kind of went for it. That's actually why the see how this is like 3 here, but they don't match, and I tried to make it match. Yeah, and even on these, they're a little weird. I had to figure out the multiples, so I don't really know how long it will be, and I will just have to, sorry, I'm talking a lot. Okay, so this is the length of 44. So I'm going to, I don't know if I want to double it. I guess I'm doubling it. I'm gonna go with 88 for my start. And you can also make this just long enough that you can see it on the front of your neck when you tie it, or you can make it so that it goes the whole way to the back of your neck. I think this length is somewhere in between, so we're gonna base chain 88. Okay, so we have our base chain of 88, and we're going to do our multiples of 4 plus 1, so we have 89 on our base chain, and that does not count in as our first row. That doesn't count for anything. That's just so that we can end on a double crochet and it looks nice. We don't need broken shells. Okay, so for round 1 we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is our double crochet. That counts as 1 double crochet, chain 1, and we're going to double crochet in the 6th chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So our double crochet is these 3 here. Chain 1 is that chain 1, our double crochet. This is our skip 1, and that is why we're going into this chain, and it'll make more sense once we get it in there and do the next double crochet. But basically we're making a single wide mesh stitch. So we're going to chain 1, skip 1, and then double crochet into the 2nd chain over. And we are going to repeat this the entire way across this base chain. You see what's happening here, okay? So I'm going to chain 1, double crochet the whole way to the end, and theoretically, if we counted correctly, we should have finished with 1 double crochet on the very last chain. Okay, so I have done my chain 1 double crochet the whole way across till this last one, and as you can see, I have messed up my math at some point. Because I should have this many, and instead I have that many. So what I'm going to do is just scoop it in there and hope for the best. So yeah. And if I end up short, I will just cram it in there because I'm a lazy crocheter. I'm not pulling this out. That is why I've put off this tutorial, because I didn't want to have to make another one of these, because look, it's so long. It's so long. Anyways, so we are going to turn our work. We are not chaining, we are just turning, because we want the tip of our double crochet to be exactly right here. So I'm going to show you the shell version first, because it's the more simplified version. Okay, and it's rather simple. So consider this section of 2 spaces as each cluster. So the next cluster will be these 2 open spaces. And in the center of each set of open spaces is this double crochet in the center here, and that is where we are going to be putting in all of our double crochets. Now to make the shell, just 5 double crochets in that center double crochet. That's 1, that's 2, and oh goodness, this is where doing micro crochet gets a little tricky. And 3, and 4, and 5. And then we will just slip stitch into the top of the next double crochet, and there we have our shell. Okay, and so now this is our next spot. See how with this, we're here, this next spot of 2 open spaces, so we will 5 double crochet in this double crochet here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we will slip stitch into the next double crochet, and you'll just repeat that the whole way across, which I'm not going to do. I am going to show you how to do the ivy now. So basically it's the same premise. You have your 2 spaces and your double crochet in the center, and that is where you'll be putting your double crochet. So instead of 5 double crochets, we're going to do 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, and we will be just making a picket on the top of the center double crochet of the 5, which is this third double crochet. So I'm going to chain 2, and then I'm going to slip stitch, see, in the side of that double crochet, and then 2 more double crochets to finalize our 5 double crochets. And that picket just makes that little tip and that little triangle shape that we want, and you will just simply slip stitch into that same spot. Sorry, I noticed that there's this little gap, this weird string here, and it's because I didn't go through the double crochet properly. So since I showed the other one twice, I will just do it again in the same spot instead of the next spot to fix that, because that will bother me. Why did that happen? That's interesting. I've never seen that happen before. But I'm going to... I don't like that. What happened? I must have just stretched it out, I suppose. Okay, I'm going into here. Yeah, that's better. Okay. 1, 2, 3, peek it, chain 2, slip stitch into the top of that double crochet, and double crochet 2 more times. And then, yeah, that looks better. I just stretched out that double crochet. That was totally my bad. And then we are just going to slip stitch into the next one. See that triangle shape we've got. And either one you choose, you could alternate, you know, you could do something like shell, shell, triangle, shell, shell, and keep repeating that and have like a random little point in there. You can do whatever you want. You're going to repeat whatever you choose, which I'm probably just going to go back and make this one a shell lace, and just repeat that the whole way to the end. Oh my goodness, if I could grab hold of my mesh. Okay, so now that we've made it to our last shell, or ivy, whichever one you decided to choose, we're just going to finish this up like we have, sorry, gotta get that in frame. We're going to finish this the exact same way that we have been doing this pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And since we don't have a proper, I'm gonna move it over a little bit. We don't have a proper double crochet, so we're just going to chain 1, 1, 2, 3 into that 4th chain from that double crochet to replicate it. And if you notice, maybe you got a little bit of like a curve going on, you could give your base chain a little bit of a stretch and it should be alright. I usually make a looser base chain than I did this time, but I'm a little nervous. I get a little weird on videos like this, so forgive that. But on this stance, if you wanted to, which I did not do, I didn't do that on this. I think it looks fine, but if you preferred a more flush look, you could, you know, single crochet a couple times, corner here, and then like do like a single crochet across the chain to like make it thicker if you wanted to. I don't feel like that's necessary, so I'm not doing that, but you could do whatever you wanted. So I'm just going to chain 2 and clip this, and then pull my hook out, and I just kind of pull that knot down to really secure it. I like making a proper knot instead of just weaving things in, because I feel like less concerned about it if I have a knot in there. I'm just going to take my hook, sorry it's a little fuzzy, through the back side of the shells to pull this end through. Oh no, oh dear, did I grab it? Oh, I did. Wonderful. Cool. And then just kind of wiggle it, make sure it's not pulled tight still. Just loosen it up and then trim it off. And I'm going to repeat the same at the beginning of our thing here, which I'm actually gonna just stick it through this double crochet, pull it through just a little bit, and then grab, just like kind of move it over so that I get to a point that where I can really pull it through here and it not be like this straight line across here. I kind of wove it in just a little bit here so that I can grab it through the shell itself. It's a little hard to do this in frame. Oh, my wrist cracked. Did you hear that? Oh goodness. Yes. I pulled a little hard on that. Okay, so now that we have our lace, this is the fun part where you can grab, you see this ribbon, it was really thick, and I folded it in half through here. I actually just have a thinner ribbon this time. I'm just going to use this blue because I thought that the blue and the shells would look nice. Don't let me lose this pin. Don't let me lose it, guys. Keep track of it. I'm just going to shove it through here so I don't lose that. Because I will lose that pin and I'll step on it and get tetanitis. Tetanus? Tetanus. Tetanitis. And so now you want to have enough ribbon to fulfill your length here, but also a little bit extra length to tie it on. So I'm basically just going to triple this length here. Just to okay, I'm gonna trim that through, and I can grab this pin before I forget about it. Ooh, I just stoked myself. I just poked myself. Okay. Okay. So now that we've got our thread, this part is also a little tricky. I don't have this down to a science. The math I was able to figure out. This I don't have the brain power for. I'm gonna count these actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So I have 22 shells. So theoretically, I'm gonna be off, which means that one side will be coming over and then the other side will be coming out from under, which I don't, if you care about it, you could just do the math to make sure that you have an odd number of shells, which basically, that would be, you just have to make sure that your multiples of 4 is an odd number, which I did 88, so I did 22, so mine was an even number. Yeah, so I'm just going to weave this in and out and hope it's okay. I'm just going to go, I don't want to do that because then it won't work right, will it? No, it will. Okay. See, this one didn't work out. This one did not work out. I had to weave this in like 4 times to get it, because I didn't count. I just went for it. I didn't do any math at all, and that's why I had to take some time to figure out the math for this. But you see I have 3 and then 3 gone, but you see how it's like off and it doesn't actually work out mathematically. I was hoping to fix that. You can do this part however you want to do. I just want it to be simple though. I think this will work out. This looks like it's gonna work out, right? That looks good. That looks good. It's okay. So I'm basically just going in and out at each double crochet at the bottom of that mesh part here. So okay, that's working out. That's working out. I was concerned. I was really worried about this part. So I'm gonna meet you when I get to the end. So I'm not at the end yet, but I just wanted to share this method that I figured out. I'm just kind of pointing it up so that I can just go through 2 at a time. I can do my over and under in one go by just bending and then like shoving the ribbon through. And I just wanted to share that to maybe make your life easier, because it took me a few tries to figure that out. So I have finished weaving this in, and it turned out where it's okay, like it ends coming out from underneath on both sides. So I was pleasantly surprised with that. I don't know if that happens on this one. Okay, so this one it's the opposite. It comes out over top on both. But yeah, so this is the finished project. The only thing I would add here is that you just take your ends and give it a little, ooh, the wind's blowing. I have my, ooh, that's the wind is blowing. It's out of frame now, but I don't want it to burn. I don't want to burn myself. Do you see how it's like flying at me? I'm out of frame, but I'm basically just lighting that, and then I just burned the tip of this to melt that down so that it doesn't fray apart. And you want to do that with both ends. Again, I'm doing that off frame because I have to shield it from the wind blowing. That was scary. But yeah, so there is the finished choker. Here's the crochet ivy lace and the crochet shelled lace. And I made this forever ago when I first started, and you can kind of see it's a little bit chunkier because my stitches weren't as tight, so that's interesting to see. I probably made this like, I don't know, what, 8 months ago, 9 months ago? Yeah, so I'm a lot tighter with my stitches now, so that's interesting to see. Anyways, so let me know if you guys like this sort of pattern tutorial, I mean, sort of content, because I'm not that great at it. A little awkward. That's why I like just showing things. Anyways, have fun making your eclectic creations. Bye!